Good Friday evening, everyone. I want to go here and give you an update on our weekend forecast. It's going to be an active weekend. Looking at our weather map for tomorrow, you see the severe threat across northern Louisiana, Mississippi, going into Tennessee. That's the main threat for severe weather, and that is west of the Cumberland Plateau, and I think that will stay west of the Cumberland Plateau. They have all modes of severe weather possible out that way, including some isolated tornadoes. You'll probably hear about some of those tomorrow if this materializes for these folks. There are some indications, as is always the case this time of the year, that showers and thunderstorms just kind of all erupt at once. And that really disrupts the severe thunderstorm development, and they just get some heavy rain. That's certainly a possibility, but they're definitely on their toes for the risk for all modes of severe weather tomorrow. Now, by the time that gets into our neck of the woods, things don't quite sync up right. We could still get a damaging wind gust. Can't completely rule out an isolated spin-up tornado, but I think that risk is extremely low. That's going to be mainly out toward Nashville and Memphis, like stretching in between those two areas. But I'll certainly keep an eye on it tomorrow, and I'll let you know if there's anything that changes with that. But I'm feeling pretty confident that the severe weather threat will stay to our west with this event, and we'll be looking at some beneficial rainfall that we certainly need. Still looking like about 2 to 3 inches of rain will fall across the plateau, which we can certainly use. So this is a severe weather threat outlined tomorrow by the Storm Prediction Center. You know, last night this threat was much farther west and southwest, and so they've expanded it northward as the day went along and eastward. It now extends as far east as Carthage and even extreme western Putnam County. But again, the bulk of this is probably going to be between Nashville and Memphis and North Mississippi. We are in the marginal risk for severe weather, which is the lowest of the 5 risk categories. So it's a low risk, but not zero. This is the jet stream winds forecast for Saturday evening. The red colors are the faster winds up in the jet stream. You really need those really fast winds to get the better severe weather probabilities. And you'll notice those are off to our west. And the brighter reds are far off to our west. So the better support, the better lift in the atmosphere is to our west. Even the better instability, more moisture and whatnot is still off to our west. I'm looking at the radar tonight. I'm seeing showers develop across West Tennessee even now at this hour. And that's because warm, moist air is beginning to really move in. And so we'll start feeling that humidity increase as we go through the night. Now, this is my timeline for tomorrow, and my confidence is high in this. I've been reading area forecast discussions from different Weather Service offices. Sat in on a conference call this afternoon at 1, looking at model data and then just using what you know and making a timeline. So my confidence is high in this. Rain likely, possible thunder, windy. Saturday morning from about 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. So that's a good window for some rain right there. After that, it's more scattered rain showers and thunder showers and windy. Okay, so wind gusts 25 miles per hour in the morning, gusting up to 30 miles per hour possible by Saturday day. Low impact. So you're dodging rain showers, you're dodging some thunder showers, you're dealing with the wind from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now, after 7 p.m. is when we start going under the gun. We need to start being really weather aware for the chance for some strong storms, heavy rainfall, and very windy conditions, wind gusts to 35 miles per hour. That'll be with us from about 7 p.m. to midnight. Could some of these times change tomorrow? Yes, they could. That's why you need to stay up to date. I'll be up here in the morning again, of course, doing an updated forecast, but my confidence is pretty high in this timing and in the weather that we'll be getting in these time frames. Sunday, falling temperatures and rain, continued windy. That's midnight to noon. Now, there is a possibility. This is the part of the forecast where I'm probably a little less confident on, is the time at which rain would change to snow, if that even happens. Again, like I said last night, it's a game of cat and mouse. If the cold air can't catch the moisture before it gets out of here, we get nothing. It's all a matter of if that cold air can catch the moisture. It depends on what set of data you look at as to what the likelihood is of that happening. Right now, I'd say it's probably about a 50-50 shot of that cold air catching the moisture in time to change it to snow so that we can actually see snowflakes fall. Best case scenario, if you're a snow lover, is that we get a dusting to as much as a quarter of an inch. I think that's really stretching it. That would be on grassy areas. Okay, your car windshields, your tin roofs of your sheds. So the things that are going to collect snow when nothing else is. So that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about a winter storm by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, no way, no hey. This is not a winter storm scenario. This is a rain scenario. So, and that is wonderful because we need the rain. This is a great rain scenario for 2 to 3 inches of rain across the Cumberland Plateau. We just don't want the strong to severe storms, and we're probably not going to get those. So we're a little too far east for that action. The rain's moving a little too fast to give us a big snow. So the big news this weekend is going to be gusty winds and beneficial rainfall, and that beneficial rainfall is certainly something we could use. So multiple hazards to be aware of. Nevertheless, strong winds tonight through Sunday could cause some sporadic power outages, as is often the case when we get some gusty winds. Strong storms, heavy rainfall possible Saturday night. Main threat time frame now 7 p.m. to midnight. Last night it was 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. I've had to back that up because the system has sped up just a little bit. Light accumulation of snowfall possible Sunday afternoon and evening. By light accumulation, I mean a dusting-ish or so, if the cold air can catch the moisture in time. So the biggest impact this weekend, like I said, is going to be the heavy rainfall, which is going to be beneficial since we're well over 5 inches below normal on rainfall. We are in a drought now. We'll be in a drought when we get through with this system. It's going to take several systems to get us caught up on that drought. Next week's weather is looking great, of course, because it's not the weekend. Now listen, we had beautiful weekends almost every weekend this fall. Every festival that took place this last fall had beautiful weather on their Saturdays. So it's just time to pay the piper on that one now, I suppose. You folks have a wonderful weekend. Keep looking up. To stay up to date with everything, just keep it right here at meteorologistmark.com.